Alright, what's going on YouTube? Today we're gonna go over chapter 1077. It's titled, You Should Have Put It Together Sooner. Basically, we start off and we're in the laboratory. We got Sentomura explaining why everyone has to get off the island, and he starts explaining what happened to Ohara. So we get some more details about Ohara having the biggest library and yada yada yada. And then Sentomura actually explains that since they are willing to kill Vegapunk, it means everyone has to get off the island as quick as possible because Sentomura believes whatever is coming is going to be worse than the Buster Call. Right, and it actually makes sense because we got J Garcia and Kizaru coming. So last time we saw Buster Call, I don't even know if an admiral was there. We had Kainu and Akiji there, but they were vice admirals at the time, and there definitely was not a Gorosei member present. So I think since Saint J Garcia is coming, that means he might actually be pretty powerful, because otherwise I don't see how this is like that drastic, because one admiral is insane, but like actually I guess an admiral is worse than a Buster Call, but like not really, because like not if like Luffy and his whole crew's there. I don't think like Kizaru by himself is enough. So low key, I think Saint J Garcia might actually be a strong character. I'm actually hoping the Gorosei kind of are strong. I'm not sure how strong they'd be because the admiral should be the strongest in the organization, but I think it'd be fair if they are pretty strong. All right, now we got Luffy and Lucci tag teaming Baby Kuma. We got Kaku and Zoro tag teaming Baby Hawk, and they are taking 0 damage. They are just simply impervious to attacks when their flames are on. You know, Zoro had Ryo the entire time with Enma, and King was not able to be cut, and as we can see here, Luffy and Zoro are not able to hurt Kuma and Hawk at all, and they're getting up extremely easily. Right, then we get Zoro, who finally starts to remember that these guys are basically the same as King, and he tells everybody how to defeat them with the flames on their back, right? So it's a pretty easy technique to get around, honestly, which is why I don't think it's that like drastic of an ability. But to be honest, for someone who doesn't know how to fight them, you're pretty much just gonna lose no matter who you are. So I think Lunarians are easily the best race we've ever seen in One Piece by far. I think Fishmen take, or maybe Giants or Fishmen take second, but Lunarians are definitely the best race we've ever seen. All right, then we see Nami versus Baby Jinbei, and Sanji comes in to save her. We also found out that Brook kind of got beat by Baby Jinbei pretty easily. He got his head ripped off, right? So for all the people saying that Brook is like stronger than Frankie, he's really just not, but whatever. All right, then we get to see another cool invention made by one of the Vegapunks. We get to see the bubble gun, which actually reacts to their green blood, which has the pros and cons of having a devil fruit, and basically these bubbles are made with the ocean's energy, just like sea stone cuffs. So I assume if any of the Seraphim get consumed by the bubbles or they drown, they pretty much just die because they all have devil fruits, or I guess they can't move, they just can't breathe, because they technically should still be able to breathe underwater. I would imagine they can. All right, so after Frankie gives up because baby Hancock is like a cute child, I guess, she kicks him and he turns into stone, like half his body is completely stone, and she gets up and turns Usopp and Lilith into stone. So that is pretty insane. Baby Hancock is just as broken as adult Hancock, but she has actually better abilities because she can use Hancock's abilities and she has like lasers, and honestly she's just better all around than Hancock, I'm gonna be honest with you. And she's Lunarian on top of that. So yeah, all the baby warlords, honestly, when they're like fully grown and fully developed, they're definitely going to be more powerful than the warlords. We have yet to see S Flamingo, S Crocodile, and who am I forgetting?
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. Okay,
the one I'm forgetting is Baby Moria. There's also some other warlords that are a little bit iffy. We have Law, Blackbeard, and Buggy, right? So are they going to make baby versions of these guys? Because that would also be pretty insane. If they have like a baby Law, he's going to be broken. A baby Blackbeard, a baby Law, going to be absolutely broken. A baby Buggy would be, I mean, it's pretty cool, but you know, not really that strong, but still, he would be pretty cool. But baby Blackbeard and baby Law, those would be two very dangerous individuals. A baby Lunarian with Law's devil fruit is insane. All right, so now we got Shaka. So he finally gets to the secret lab under Egghead, and he finds the secret Cypher Pole agents, and he finds Vegapunk, right? So Vegapunk looks at Shaka, and Shaka looks at Vegapunk, and then we see Vegapunk tell him who is that behind him, and Shaka gets shot straight through the head, and he's probably dead, but you know, this is One Piece, so even if we see someone get headshotted like this, which is a pretty clear death, he might not be dead, so we don't know. We'll have to find out in the next chapter, but this is pretty insane because there's a couple things to point out. Some people thought Lilith was a traitor, and some people thought Shaka was a traitor. Lilith is stone, and Shaka is dead. So those two are not the traitors. Definitely, they can't be, right? Which means it's some we probably haven't seen. Now, there are some people theorizing that it is S Flamingo, which is like baby Doflamingo, and he did shoot his dad in the head, I guess. So it would fit his character to shoot Shaka in the head. So that'd be, that kind of makes sense, I guess. We have to wait for that. But personally, I think it's going to be someone we haven't seen yet, but someone we actually know. So I do think it is going to be one of the Seraphim, or it might be the Gorosei. I think the Gorosei might also be here because there's one thing that happened that I think was pretty interesting. We know Kizaru and the Saint J Garcia are on their way, and we know that the Seraphim, the highest authority for the Seraphim, are the Gorosei. So the reason the Vegapunks might not have control over the Seraphim is because the Gorosei might be here. The Vegapunks basically said that only a Vegapunk can be controlling the Seraphim, but that might not be true because they don't know a Gorosei member is coming. Nobody knows that Saint J Garcia is on his way. So if he's already here, he could be controlling the Seraphim remotely without having to step in a battle. To be honest, it kind of makes sense with the way the world government works. Like, they're all about tactics, at least some of them are. It would make sense if he's already here and controlling the Seraphim. That's my guess, but some people are guessing other things, but we'll have to wait and see in the next chapter. So you guys drop a comment down below and let me know who you think the traitor is. Who do you think is controlling all of this shit in Egghead? And I'm going to see you guys in the next chapter. Peace.